നോർത്ത് അമേരിക്കൻ മലയാളികളുടെ ജീവിത സ്പന്ദനങ്ങളും കാഴ്ചകളുമായി ബുക്ക് ട്രിപ്പ് അമേരിക്കൻ ഡ്രീംസ് ആരംഭിക്കുന്നു. എല്ലാ പ്രേക്ഷകർക്കും സ്വാഗതം. നാഷണൽ അസോസിയേഷൻ ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യൻ നഴ്സസ് ഓഫ് അമേരിക്ക നൈനയുടെ ക്ലിനിക്കൽ എക്സലൻസ് കോൺഫറൻസ് ഹൂസ്റ്റണിൽ നടന്നു. APN ചെയർ ലിഡിയ അൽബുക്കർക്കി, നൈന പ്രസിഡന്റ് ജാക്കി മൈക്കിൾ, ഹൂസ്റ്റൺ ചാപ്റ്റർ പ്രസിഡന്റ് അക്കാമ കല്ലേൽ തുടങ്ങിയവർ കോൺഫറൻസിന് നേതൃത്വം വഹിച്ചു.
I'm Dr. Simi Justo Joseph. I'm an advanced practice nurse and an APN committee member of the Indian Nurses Association of America. I'm extremely proud to say that this conference, the Clinical Excellence Conference of Advanced Practice Nurses, organized by APN Committee of NINA in partnership with Houston chapter, was a great success.
I'm here to welcome each and every one of you to this colorful pre-conference gala night. We are in Houston, Indian American Nursing Association of Houston. Our chapter is extremely honored and thankful that we can host this first APN conference of NINA.
We have Commissioner Tahir from Houston here attending our Clinical Excellence Conference, Gala Night tonight. We are going to ask Commissioner Tahir, what is the role of nurses and nurse practitioners in Houston economy?
First of all, let me thank your organization, both the national organization and the local chapter, for inviting me and including City of Houston in your, not only in your program, but being so caring about what Houston has gone through with the recent Harvey disaster. And I know firsthand, having visited Texas Medical Center for myself and my parents, that the caring touch of the nurses, especially nurses that come from Indian origin, I think it's very obvious, it's very visible, and I think it's very well recognized.
I have two very important leaders to introduce to you today. Dr. Jackie Michael, the president of the National Association of Indian Nurses of America, and Allison Mitchell, an acute care nurse practitioner, a leader in the Methodist Hospital. Allison, I would like to ask you is, give us your perspective on nurse practitioners.
Well, nurse practitioners, of which there are now 234,000 in the US, has become a growing profession and in fact is number 2 in popularity. So it is fast growing and obviously an area where we can do more. I think there's a lot of room for leadership. There's a large role for volunteering, but I think there's a large role for mentoring our APNs. There's a lot of opportunity to serve at local, state and national level.
So I welcome everybody, and the planning committee has taken great pains to bring topics to you in clinical excellence as well, so that it would be applicable to all nurses. Okay? I do want to talk a little bit about the APN committee and NINA and the vision of it. So we are hoping that you grow in your professional goals as you develop, but along with that, we want you to partner with NINA.
NINA, a minority nurses association for nurses of Indian origin, embraces the key message from the Institute of Medicine, the future of nursing, leading change, advancing health, released on October 5, 2010, which states that nurses should be in full practice and education and training and achieve the highest level of education and training through an improved education.
I'm going to start off by basically telling you what it takes to be a nurse entrepreneur, what it takes to get to where I am today. It's going to be more like starting a little fire, I think. think for most of you. For some of you who already have that kind of brewing in your brain, I want to do this, I think I want to open a clinic, well, I'm going to stoke that fire. The first thing you would probably want to ask yourself is, why, oh good Lord, why would I want to open my own clinic? I've got a great job in a hospital with a doctor. I've got a steady salary. I don't have to worry about employees. I don't have to worry about buying toilet paper, and I don't have to worry about why the restroom isn't clean. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing to not have to worry about that.
So how many of reflux diseases you know? How many reflux diseases is out there? Any idea? We all heard about acid reflux disease, right? Any other reflux disease? There's few out there. It's because I think lately in the past 5 years, I would say more and more diagnostic studies are available for GIs to figure out whether this is good or not good, okay? Everybody will think acid coming up or chest pain or discomfort or any dyspepsia type of symptom, everybody think it's good, but it's not, okay? We'll come into that.
With great enthusiasm and pride, we'll be releasing Naina's second nursing journal. 2 years back, it was just a dream. Now, today, history has been created. It is definitely a team effort, and without your manuscripts, articles, there cannot be any nursing journal.
I will be speaking to the key organizers and the speakers of this conference, focusing on the theme of this Clinical Excellence Conference, which is the value of advanced practice nurses in current healthcare system of United States. I am with one of our speakers, Dr. David Paniagua. How is your experience working with advanced practice nurses in your area?
Well, we're very pleased. It has been a blessing to have nurse practitioners working with us together. And we have taken that like a family, like an extended family. But particularly the Indian nurses that we work with us, we have a philosophy of being like family, and we take it really for it. So I think it's been complementary to have the nurse practitioner working with us and seeing the patients as an integral part, not isolated portions. So that's probably been the most significant experience with us.
Dr. Omena Simon, she is one of the board of directors of NINA. She has her own practice in the United States. What was your thought process of starting your own independent practice?
Actually, that was my project for the master's program, having to start a business, and then it just came to my mind that this dream I wanted to make it materialize. And I happened to find a physician, and people who are in low income category will benefit from nurse practitioners clinic.
Akama Khalil, she is an advanced practice nurse. She's the president of the hosting chapter, which is Houston, and she's the chair of this conference.
When we got this opportunity to host the conference at Houston, we were so excited because we have 400 life members, and we have a vibrant organization with motivated and dedicated members who are willing to do anything to keep our vision and mission.
And we also heard that you are preparing for a medical mission, which is to Haiti. And I would like to know more about what motivated you to go to a medical mission to Haiti, and how the APN can be a missionary as well as an advanced practice nurse in this Haiti mission.
The vision and mission, as I just mentioned, is to increase clinical excellence through education and service. Service means extending service to the needy and to the underserved population. And Haiti is a right occasion which is very close to Florida, and we can go and spend our time and talent and effort to improve the wellness of the people in Haiti.
Lydia Albuquerque, she is the chair of the APN committee of NINA. Lydia, will you share about how successful was today's conference, and then what was your hard work behind the APN Clinical Excellence Conference today?
So the APN Advanced Practice Nurse Committee for National Association of Indian Nurses was started in 2015, and I was privileged to be the chair for 2 terms, and I am really happy that we established this committee with a goal of that we can actually mentor APNs of Indian origin, provide CEUs to them, and also help them and help ourselves to be the voice to culturally diverse patient population. Success of any program is creating benefit for all. If you enjoy doing it, which I personally have done, success is yours. As Winston Churchill has said, success is final. Failure is not fatal. It needs courage, and I must say that with courage and with teamwork, we were able to do this Clinical Excellence Conference, which has been attended by almost close to 200 participants. And we are really grateful to Houston for hosting this conference. Thank you.
Dr. Solimol Kurula. She is the past president of NINA and advisory board member. Currently, she's serving in the board of directors of NINA. And Dr. Soli worked as the director of Occupational Health Department at New York City Hospitals. Dr. Soli, how do you see APN committee helping the leadership skills in advanced practice nurses?
Good question. Well, NINA and the APN Forum, our main goal, we embrace the goal of nourishing and cherishing the leadership skills of our nurses. And NINA has a rich pool of nurses at various levels, various leadership levels, I should say, even in executive levels. And we would like to tap into, or we are already tapping into their knowledge and skill sets. And we use them as mentors to bring our nurses under the wings to grow them along with us. And we have ample opportunities here. And the chance for sustaining long-term leadership development is more possible in a professional organization than in a work setting for many staff. So it's good that they can join us, and we are ready to mentor them. We look forward to influential leadership more than an assertive leadership. So they're not under pressure. And you can see in this conference planning committee itself, there are first-timers who have taken leadership positions in smaller levels, and they're so glad about that. So if they avail themselves to the opportunities we have, we are ready.
Sarah Gabriel, she is the immediate past president of NINA. Sarah, so what was your idea to create an APN committee with NINA?
I want to take this opportunity to give credit to Lydia Albuquerque, who's the current committee chair, for putting that idea into my head. In the 70s and 80s, when we were new in this country, trying to establish our profession, our mark in this country, very few people could go to higher education, like BSN and masters. And I used to take every opportunity that I have to promote and motivate the nurses to go back to school. But now I'm so happy to see every nurse I meet, especially the younger generation, they are in school. They're going for graduate program, they're going for masters, they're going for doctorate, and they are in the forefront with education and higher degrees, and I'm so proud of them. With that trend, what I've seen lately is that majority of them is going for APRN track. I'm being a leadership. I would like more people to be in the leadership, but the trend is the APRN track. With that, we also see some new challenges and needs for the APRNs. With that in mind, we started forming the committee, and the goals were to really unite all the APRNs under one umbrella at national level. We also wanted to create a national database so that every APRN can be a part of that to share the information and contact information and resources. And most of all, we wanted a lot of students who are going back to school to use this forum and the group as mentors and preceptors so that they can decide the good and bad of the area where they're choosing.
Surya Chacko is the APN committee member, and she's a very valuable member of NINA. Surya, how was the conference going, first of all? And then what's your role in profession? and an advanced practice nurse. And how did you find your passion in your working area?
Right. Thanks for the question, Simi. The conference is going great. It's well attended. We have a lot of attendees, and all the presentations are great. And it's very encouraging to see a lot of attendees from all over the United States. So, as far as my passion goes, I work in urgent care as a nurse practitioner. If you ask me why I love it, it's very challenging. On any given day, we do not know who walks in through the door. You need to have exceptional critical thinking skills to be a good urgent care provider. So I love the fact that I'm able to think on my feet when I see patients, and just within the given time, I have to make that prompt diagnosis and treat them. So it's very challenging. Every day is a good day, and it's a great feeling to work as an urgent care clinician. Thank you.
Dr. Leda Joseph. She has a key role in organizing poster presentations in this conference. So Dr. Leda, what do you think APN committee, how they can help to enhance the skill of poster presentation among new APNs?
Thank you, Simi. NINA's APRN forum is the similar concept of the mainstream nurse association, American Nurse Association. It gives opportunity for nurse practitioners, nurse anesthesiologists, clinical nurse specialists, and nurse midwives to come at one umbrella and get skills, motivate others, mentor others. And I have presented posters multiple times, but this is the first time I was in the giving role. So it was not an easy task. We had good posters. I'm very happy for the outcome, and let's see who wins the first 1, 2, and 3 places for the poster contest.
Dr. Nida Matthew Joseph. She is the chair of Research and Grant Committee of NINA. Dr. Nida, what are your plans for the research committee?
Thank you, Simi. As soon as I was selected as the chair of Research and Grant Committee for the NINA this term, Dr. Jackie Michael, the president of NINA, contacted me to create a team. So I contacted all the chapters, and finally I was so fortunate to get 7 vibrant and highly educated grant team members. So after creating the team, we were brainstorming, we were meeting every month, and we were brainstorming to write a grant proposal. So as we all know that Asian Indians are high risk for mortality and morbidity associated with cardiovascular disease and diabetes, and then the stroke. So we wrote a grant for the education to prevent the stroke. So we submitted the grant, and we are waiting for a successful result. I'm so excited to tell you that we got a research grant for this clinical excellence conference from the Boston Scientific company, and we are very happy for that, and it was a wonderful opportunity for us.
Pauline Alukaran. She is the treasurer of NINA. Pauline, how was your experience with contacting the vendors for this clinical excellence conference?
Thank you, Simi. With this particular conference, my big responsibility was just making sure I'm just balancing my budget, making sure I'm getting enough money coming in. But that was excellent this time. We had great support from a lot of vendors and sponsors. And we have a grant from Boston Scientific. Then we got excellent support from other pharmaceutical companies and also different other colleges like Rutgers School of Nursing, Thomas Edison State University. And these are some of the other companies which are giving us a lot of support. And we are greatly proud of our grant sponsor, APRN World. And it is run by one of our own Indian entrepreneur who is a cardiothoracic nurse practitioner.
Renee John. She is the chair of Educational Committee of NINA, and she has a major role in this Clinical Excellence Conference, preparing the packages for continuing education application for this conference. So Renee, how was your experience in continuing education application process, and how important is a continuing education offer through one of these conferences?
Thank you, Simi. So the first thing that we have to do whenever we have a conference is to make sure that we have a good theme. And based on the theme, we had to get the appropriate speakers. So once we have the speakers, then we got the topics, got their content, And once we have the content, we had to put it all together and prepare the package for an approval by a provider that is an approved provider for CNAs. And I'm glad, with all the help of the speakers and the people who did the review of the content, we submitted it for 7 CEUs, but we got an approval for 7.91 CEs. And so it was really a great experience.
Dr. Harilal Nair, he is the cardiothoracic advanced practice nurse and an entrepreneur. So Dr. Harilal, how was your experience as a double minority, which is a male advanced practice nurse of Indian origin? What's your experience of this journey?
Always interesting. At some point, being a minority can be at your advantage, and I took that advantage. My personal goal was to be successful. That's always everybody's personal goal. But I was persistent. Everything that I was doing, I was persistent and determined to do what I wanted to do. So with your family commitments, all the rest of the commitments, your jobs, everything else that you do, in order to succeed in your life, you have to find time. You have to be determined, you have to be persistent, you have to be evaluating your priorities every moment, every day. That's the end of it. That's how I become what I am now. I'm proud to be part of this minority group. Thank you.
Dr. Rachel Koshi, she is the editorial chair of NINA. And we also had a wonderful opportunity today to release our journal during this Clinical Excellence Conference. So how do you envision, as a chair of the National Committee, to bring up this journal, the nursing journal, along with the NINA?
This nursing journal is very important to any organization. This is bringing the nurses together, asking them to write, take initiative. So we are a minority organization. The Philippine Nurses Association and the Black Nurses Association, they already have journals released. So I thought it is for us to become transparent and visible, we need to have a minority journal. And that is why this idea came up that I should create a journal, not I. We all, the nurses all should join together and create a journal. So the nurses can read and it can go to every homes, and they can even pass it on to their friends and neighbors. So at this moment, what we do is that we do give the journal only during the conferences, and we do give the journal to some chapter presidents who are there and other chapter presidents to take home and distribute it to other nurses, but not many, few. But in the future, I would like that everybody gets one. We started with one journal last year, and this year was the second journal. And then next year, I want to make it like 2 journals in a year. And this gives the nurses the opportunity to write. And this brings up our organization, and it will be transparent and visible to others in America.
I'm with Kavita Nair. She is one of the attendee and one of the valuable member of NINA organization. Kavita, how was your experience in today's conference?
Thank you, Simi. I'm really blessed to be in this conference. The topics you guys selected were very relevant. As a nurse leader, I can go back to the current day healthcare. I can take it back to my hospital, my nurses, educate them, empower them. And also, this was another opportunity to network. I met a lot of friends. It's amazing to see Indian nurses in different roles in this country making an impact in healthcare. Thank you.
This Clinical Excellence Conference of NINA was a huge success. All the speakers did a wonderful job on bringing various topics, which is very informational to advanced practice nurses. And we are really hoping to have more Clinical Excellence Conference from the APN Committee of NINA.